everyone, welcome to Good Morning DRC TV. Just want to give you an update on the situation in Kavumu. This is obviously one of the areas that the M23 rebel group has occupied for a number of weeks at the moment. Now, what is going on here is that, as I mentioned in my other videos, that the M23 group is not, it's weakened at the moment because they haven't got the supply that they need in order to maintain momentum in this fight that they have waged against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Especially here in Kavumu, what we have noticed is that the Wazalendo group, the Wazalendo group is the, if you like, the militia group or the native of eastern part of the DRC have taken arms in order to defend themselves against the onslaught from Rwanda. So I repeat, the Wazalendo group is not part of the regular army, but these are the natives of Goma, Bukavu, and the surroundings area that have taken arms to defend themselves against the onslaught from Rwanda. And what is happening here in Kavumu is that the Wazalendo have basically gone and put up a fight in order to regain control of this airport. While this was happening, Rwanda obviously hurried and sent more troops on the ground in order to reinforce the personnel that was there. So they were fighting, they were killings that had taken place yesterday, and this is still happening today. So the current situation here is that the Wazalendo are gaining momentum because they are receiving supports from the Congolese government. Now, in Rwanda and in the international community, the Wazalendo are considered as a militia group, and they've told them to lay down their arms, but they have refused because they don't trust the international community that they will carry out what they have said, because the international community is supposed to do something long time ago. They haven't. So Rwanda and the M23 group has carried massacre, killings, and all sorts of things that have taken place. So the Wazalendo said they're not going to sit by, wait until they all get killed before the EU does, or the international community does something. So they are fighting for their own country. So these are them at the Kavumu Airport. So they are fighting and they have gained control. So right now, the M23 group is trying to say that the Wazalendo or the Kinshasa government is not respecting the ceasefire that they have called upon about a week or so ago in order to facilitate the meeting or the dialogue in Doha. But this is all a lot of rubbish because it's not true. What is happening here is basically that they are they're weakened at the moment, and the Wazalendo want to take back what belongs to them. So this is not pleasing to the M23. They're a rebel group anyway. They're not supposed to be there, and that's what the Wazalendo are trying to do. So I want to play this clip for you so you can listen from the horse's mouth and what they're saying. And then, yep, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Share this link with other people. Thank you so much.
Of the M23 rebels here in the province of South Kivu. They managed to capture this area from the DRC army after days of battle here of almost like a month. But situation still very tense as the armed group, those who have been fighting along DRC army and different coalitions still around here, including in the park, which is not national park, which is not far from here. In the past 2 days, this area here was invaded by a group of armed group, and they declared themselves that controlling the area, and also they try to hit.
So he's talking about the Wazalendo group. So they expected them to go where? This is their country. This is their territory. They will stay there.
The M23 movement right now controlling the area is accusing directly President Felix Tshisekedi for being responsible of financing this movement, which they are considering as a sabotage of the peace process.
What is it there? We have to understand that Tshisekedi Chilombo doesn't want no peace. We actually reposition our troops in Walikale.
This is one of the terrorists speaking. He said that the president doesn't want peace, but yet he's a terrorist. They've killed thousands.
Reposition our troops in Walikale to allow the direct dialogue to take place. When we remove our troops in Walikale, the forces of Tshisekedi, coalition forces of Tshisekedi, occupy Walikale. And they said that they have won the war, they have beaten us, they're now in Walikale. This shows that the violation of ceasefire continue by Tshisekedi.
Then in the other side of Goma also, the coalition is accusing SADC, the regional forces right now stuck within the airport of Goma. They signed the agreement almost like weeks right now for the airlift, the troops from Goma to South Africa and different other countries contributing to these troops, as now they were defeated already and they cannot do anything. But right now the IFC is accusing this for saying that this agreement is down. They cannot stand with it because they are suspecting that the same SADC movement is also collaborating with the DRC army and other armed groups allies to the government of DRC in order to try to overturn the situation. But accusation completely rejected by the SADC in one of the press releases. This is showing how very fragile still the situation on the ground here, and anything can happen anytime here. This is why you have seen a massive deployment of the M23, as they are saying they're now on the move and they're fighting in order to contain the threat against the population under their control. Allen Waikani, one of the second airport under the control of the M23 rebels here in the province of South Kivu. They managed to capture this area from the DRC army after days of battle here of almost like a month. But situation still very tense as the armed group